So Graybeard's question, how are epicentral years such as 1998 calculated? Has the next epicenter year been determined?
Well, I think it's far more complex than isolating or believing that there's only a few years that could be used. I believe every single year can be epicentral for a series of events. It's I don't. I mean, 1998 was given to me by Edgar Casey. And then once I saw Edgar Casey's material about the year 1998, then I started looking at the chronotexture of the Great Pyramid in the scientific measurements conducted by Sir Flinders Petrie, and I found out the entrance to the Great Pyramid indeed shows 1998 in the geometry, and I thought that was really interesting because Edgar Casey mentioned the Great Pyramid in reference to 1998, and I never could figure it out. So I used 1998 as a point of reference because Edgar Casey said it was a point of reference for understanding the unfolding of the last days and the Antichrist. So I couldn't understand why, but I just went with it. So I started studying 1998 and I went forward and backward in time, and I published those charts, and they're still on YouTube today in my predictions playlist. And I show how all the events of Donald J. Trump's life leading up to 1998 absolutely mirrors the events that unfolded after 1998 leading up to his presidency. So not only him, but I showed I showed how World War II and the Civil War, the war between the states, unfolded using 1902 as an epicentral year. I showed how it shows these great wars were completely mirroring each other. It's fantastic. But those are just two. I've actually showed many, many, many isometric projections. You find. I mean, whatever you're researching, find out the significant event for whatever you're researching in the historical record. You want to know about Vietnamese history? Well, I'm pretty damn sure that the occupation of the French in Vietnam would have been important. So you find the very first time a French military force occupied Vietnam. That would be an epicentral date, or at least one of them that you could use, because you're going to find out that this phenomenon is amazing. So you would go forward and backward in time. And I promise you, counting the years and looking at the historical events that affected Vietnam each year before that year of the first appearance of, or the fall of Vietnam to France, when you do that, go the equal amount of years into the future, draw you a chart, and then you're going to see all kinds of amazing things. And it's gonna lead you into other years where significant events occurred that you could ripple out from them as well. Here's a major event that's reflected on this one, but I think this one probably be its own epicentral too. And you start looking at the events forward and backward, and you're going to find out that this goes on ad infinitum. And the entire medium that you're existing in right now is a holo field of isometric projections. That's the answer.